Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and I've got a product that is going to help strap things down, pipes, packages, anything you need to secure with this what they call PP strapping. It's a plastic kind of a material, very strong, and it will bind things together. And you're going to see a demonstration here shortly which will show just what it will do. This is what you get, and this is the user manual for the VEVOR manual strapping tool. And this is the model PP131, and in here they're showing different models, but this is the one we have. And let's look at the product list. For the PP131, you get the strapping tensioner, which is right here. You get the strapping sealer tool, which is right here. You get the PP plastic strapping, 330 feet in length, right here. Now, when I took it out of the shipping box, it pulled some of the bands loose. It should come with a strap around it. For some reason, this did not have that securing strap. And so when I pulled it out of the box, some of the strapping came loose and I had to secure it back on as best I could. But it will come normally all nice and banded in there, so it will be easier to pull off. I was still able to work with it just the way it is, just doesn't look pretty. Okay, now here are the instructions. They're so dark you can't really see them good. In the upper right hand corner you're going to see clear photos of what we're going to be doing. Loading the tensioner with the strapping material and actually performing the task. So let's get with seeing what we got. These are the little sealers right here, and one side's bent down, and I'll show just how this is placed in position to use the sealing tool right here, which you open this up, and then you will see me place this right across when it's completely open. And then when you pull down on this, it's going to seal this connection around the tape or the sealing strapping material. Okay, and that's the action that happens when you squeeze it. It binds that down in a tight fashion. And you get 100 of these, and so now I'm going into the demonstration, but before I do, I just want to show you the action. Now, this is the clamp. When I push down, this is for loading. You push this down to load and also to cut the tape after you've completed the strapping. So right here, if you see, this opens up. We're going to load the tape, and this is going to hold the tape in position right here while you do the strapping. Now the tensioning is done this way. This capstan is going to pull the tape tight. And this part right here, when you're completed with the tensioning, you're going to push down, and right here is the cutter. Watch, the cutter is going to cut the tape when you're complete. So while it's raising this up, it's also cutting the tape right there. So that is the cutting action. Okay, to begin with, I'm going to move this over on this side, and we're assuming we're going to do a number of packages. This is some strapping that I did to practice with right there. And you see, right here is where it was cut. and this is the part that is loaded on the bottom. I put my tensioner here. I'm going to pull this out and pull enough that I go underneath here. I can lift up, pull this, put this in this position, going underneath. Now I can push this under here, push all the way down because I'm not in the cutter, so I can push this down and maneuver it in and out as I need. And that's about how much we want left over. That's the beginning step. Now, to complete it, you pull this side over, and you could have this pre-cut if you wanted. If you were doing the same packages all the time, you could have them pre-cut. But the way you do this, pull this around. Now, this one goes through the cutter like this, and then you go through the capstan like this, all the way across it. And now you can start your tensioning, and what you can do is pull this tight like this, and you can maneuver it as you need to get the you're going to get the seal where you want it, and now it's ready to start tightening. So now you just work this, trying to stay out of the way of the camera. Now, you just do it to the tightness that you want, and you don't want to crush the package, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, whenever I push down on this, it's going to cut it, so I don't want to do that yet until I do the sealing. So you can pull this around like that out of the way, and now we're going to put the sealer right here, and there's this part. And what you do is just stick, kind of go down like this and around, and then making sure you've got both pieces there together. Now you open this all the way open, all the way, and then you center it so that it will kind of go right over the sealer, and then you like that all the way, and then open it all the way, and there we go. There it's sealed and it's tight. Now I'm ready to cut it, and you just push all the way down, and then I can lift this out, and now I'm ready to do the next one. Put this over to the side, and see, that's nice and tight. Actually, I got that pretty good all the way around. And then if I needed, I could put another one across it. Let's just do that, just to be able to show one more demonstration. Now, what you want to do is take this loose and then go under, making sure it's flat. Okay, and get yourself some slack, and then put your position, your tensioner where you want it, and then you can pull it and give it your, then you can move this where you want it, but go under the cutter and then push down all the way, and then put that there. If you need to position it, okay, that's about right. If we want it just like that. And now I can pull this, holding this, and now pull you out some slack. And again, here we go through the cutter. This part goes through the cutter, and this part goes through the capstan, like that. And then you pull it, and you can actually slide this and get it tight. Then you're ready to start your tensioning. And you just keep ratcheting. Okay, and then you see you can get to the point where you're going to collapse it, so you got to watch that. And now I just put this around there, pull out a tension clamp, and again you put this right across here. If you tilt it like that, and it'll drop right over. And then with this out of the way, open this all the way up. And I center it. Kind of go to the side like this. And then make sure you got it in the position you want. And then all the way open. And there we go. And you can see, let me take it loose. And this is another, you've got that out. But here you've got to cut it now. And so when I push all the way down, it's going to cut and open this up to allow me to remove the tensioner. And there we go. This is also a product that could be used around the home. Mostly it's identified with the commercial people that need to bind materials together, but there's probably a lot of things you could do with this in the garage with some of the things you want to bind together. All right, folks, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.